What happens when you infuse British style into the historic city of Bologna? This store is the answer. When we visited the winter edition of Pitti Uomo, we took a day trip with our friends at the Sartorial Club to Bologna, and we found a store we absolutely had to share with you. Situated among the famous Portico archways, Paz is a clothing store with a rich history and a unique offering, as they specialize in British style clothing and accessories. We were treated to a thorough look at the store, as well as the rich history of Paz by David, the third generation of the Paz family. Founded in 1932 by David's grandfather, the Paz store has been in the same location since day one. In the beginning, they only sold fabric sourced from England, Ireland, and Scotland. Then, David's father, Dante, added to the store's offering by selling suits, jackets, and trousers. This edition of ready-to-wear lines also included Tricker shoes, with Paz being the first Italian stockists of Tricker's footwear in 1982. David has also added his mark on the shop by introducing a huge selection of Shetland wool garments. The store itself is an absolute treat for everyone who loves classic style, especially if you like British style. Paz was one of the first stores in Bologna to enthusiastically import and embrace everything to do with British style, which you can see in the memorabilia that decorates the two-story shop. Interestingly, the Paz team has collected a piece to add to their collection of British items each time they visit the UK. So you can see how many times the journey has been made in posters, stamps, and teacups. They still sell fabric, which can be found along the floor and walls of the store. This is most impressive when you take the stairs to the store's second floor, as you can see all the fabric on shelves along the staircase. It's almost like you're being guided up the stairs by tweed, flannel, and tattersall. Also featured along the staircase walls is a selection of style books, including one of my personal favorites, The Gentleman by Bernhard Retzel. David showcased the importance of having these books, as many of them serve as references for the cloth patterns, weaves, and textures. He even has fabric swatches within the bookshelf, acting as his archive of all the fabrics Paz has made and sold over the years. This way, he's able to keep track of what sells well and gain inspiration from old designs. To this day, they have a mixture of old and new cloth with some very special pieces in there. For example, we saw a cavalry twill that weighs in at 1,000 grams per square meter, and a keeper's tweed that's 850 grams per square meter. That's some heavy fabric. It's something that you just don't see very often these days. Other traditional fabrics can be found within the collection too, like corduroy and moleskin. Overall, David estimates he has over 300,000 meters of fabric available to purchase. That's a crazy amount of cloth. Speaking of cloth, you're bound to have noticed another part of the store's rich history: the tartan dust covers, which protect all of the hanging garments. This is a wonderfully unique idea that's been a part of the Paz store since the beginning, and it's simply fantastic to see this particular tradition kept alive today. 85% of the store's goods are own label, with about half of the items being made in Italy and the other half being made in Britain, with Paz sourcing the fabric for everything they make. The remaining stock is proudly sourced from renowned British brands like Trickers, John Smedley, and Grenfell. When we asked them what they're most proud of, there was no hesitation from David in telling us it's without a doubt their Scottish check. It's their best-selling fabric, and especially woven with their own district check. This acts as a subtle, stylish calling card. If you're wearing this cloth, then the only place in the world it could have come from is Paz. While this particular check is their best-selling fabric, their overall most popular items are the Shetland wool garments. Boasting an impressive 55 colors of Shetland wool, you're bound to find a sweater or cardigan to suit your wardrobe. As you can probably tell, wool is a big part of the store's heritage, as even the socks that they sell are 100% wool with no polyamide or elastic in them. This is quite rare, as many woolen yarns nowadays have some element of man-made fibers in them, especially for stretchy things like socks. This dedication to using as many natural materials as possible is a testament to the old world charm that exudes from the store, and proves that the traditional mindset is still very relevant, even in the 21st century. Other wool items we saw included some wonderful blankets in the Paz check, sized at 180 by 140 centimeters. These are a great size to take on a picnic, to the beach, or to use as a throw in your house. If blankets aren't your thing, then the selection of overcoats will definitely be for you. Whether it's a heavyweight Irish Donegal wool made up into a raglan sleeve overcoat or a classic duffel coat with traditional cord and wood toggle fastenings, there's an excellent selection of timeless garments that are easy to style and combine. We even saw one of David's customers window shopping in his checked Ulster coat. What do you think his next purchase will be? While Paz primarily focuses on ready-to-wear clothing, it's also worth mentioning the extra step they make towards getting all the details right. Just above the store sits an alterations tailor, which means that when you select a garment, there's a high chance you'll be able to get it fitted exactly how you like it. As we all know, fit is key to looking your best. Jack joined me on this trip to Bologna, as he also came with me to Pitti. You can see what he packed for the trip in this video, as well as the clothes that I brought to Pitti in this video. Jack runs cold and was delighted to pick up a 2-ply cable knit sweater in a wonderful mossy green color. Although it's a Shetland wool, the melange presents a lot like a Donegal yarn, as it also has elements of heather and blue colors in there. As you can see, it has a crew neck, which isn't my style, so I looked at cardigans instead. But these were a little too long for my torso, and I felt that I looked too much like a grandpa in them. So Jack ended up getting something, but I came away empty-handed this time. You know, it's not often that I'm out-shopped by another member of the team. We were also on a schedule, so we stayed and shopped for as long as we could. But I definitely like the opportunity to return to the store to pick something up in the future. Overall, we had a fantastic time at the store. It has such a wonderful history, a great selection of clothes and accessories, and they really understand how to curate a store so you could theoretically buy your whole wardrobe from one place. Our special thanks go to David and the Paz team for having us. This was an impromptu visit, and we really appreciate their warm welcome. I'm curious, have you ever been to Paz? Or have we inspired you to make a trip? Let us know in the comments below. We'd also love to hear of any recommendations you have for other menswear stores to visit. Wherever they are in the world, and however big or small, we'd love to see your suggestions for awesome stores just like Paz.